And welcome to the Modern Gaming Weekly podcast. This is your host, the Able Geek, Able himself, and I'm joined with the Brown Baymax and Chips. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing all right, man.
Flexing.
Flexing, Bay flexing on camera. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see all the
Not doing
muscles.
good. What fucking muscles?
Hey, if they're listening in on Spotify, they don't know anything. Man. Just go with it.
I'm sure.
But yeah, doing good. We're recording another late one here. We're having some audio issues. Hopefully, they get all straightened out. I'm gonna fix this in post, guys. It's gonna sound cherry, guarantee you. No complaints so far.
For now.
Our two fans have not said anything negative. No, but yeah, it's been going good. We're gonna get into some pickups that we have over the last week or two. And if you are watching on YouTube, you can see these live. At least on my end, I have them here, so I'm going to show some of the ones I got. If not, I mean, you're not missing anything big. But who wants to start with some of the stuff they picked up? Games, accessories, consoles. What you guys get recently?
Brandon wants to start off.
Brandon,
yeah, I've
anything
been busy with
interesting?
some projects. Currently working on a CRT over here, but I had started with the
Stretch.
open MVS project. So I got an MV1C board and ended up consoleizing it. So it basically takes the MV1C board, which is a Neo Geo arcade hardware, that'd be mounted inside of an arcade cabinet. Now they have different ones where you can have I think four games plugged in at once. This is the one with the one slot, which is actually a top loader, technically. Now they do have another one where it's parallel with the board to allow slimmer fitting and stuff like that into a smaller cabinet. But yeah, this one works really well with the Open MVS project, and now I can play. It's kind of like having an AES system plugged into your TV without spending ungodly amounts of money on it.
Yeah.
That was my most my most beautiful pickup that I've had. This was a fun project to do. How about you, Babe? What'd you get?
Yeah, putting me on blast already.
Well, you on the blast.
Well, I picked up a nice little. Well, I picked up a couple of projects. One that you helped me. Well, you helped. I'm not gonna say I helped because it'll be the 3DS XL that you have in your hands right now. That was abused.
Seriously,
And then
it's pretty bad.
And then we picked up a project that I actually want to take my hands on and get help from you, but I got a Gameboy Micro Famicom. Well, there we go. Now it's not blurry. But yeah, I'm actually happy to have this in my pickups because it's like $270 for a functioning one. This is actually not working at the moment. And then I have a bunch of pickups. Yeah, and then I have a bunch of pickups that will be revealed later on.
Right on. Yeah. I still want a Game Boy Micro, man. I've been wanting one since really since they came out, but I just haven't pulled the trigger, and they've just gone up and up in price. I think when I originally wanted to jump on one, it was like 2009 ish, and I think even then they're about $100, like between like 80 and 120. Now it's like 200 plus easy. So
well,
yeah,
for certain ones, you can still get them between 80 to 100, depending on who sells it. But this one specifically goes for god awful amounts of money.
Yeah, I need a mint one though. You know how I am. I get Has to be
shiny.
pretty, yeah. Otherwise, I'm just gonna resell it. For me, I've just mainly got. I didn't get any cool like system or handhelds or anything like that, but I did get some pretty cool games I've wanted for a bit in my collection. Actually, this one I didn't want. I saw it and just kind of made like a impulse buy. It's a Soul Nomad for PS2. It's an RPG, and I haven't really seen much about it. I've watched a little bit of gameplay, and I just jumped on it on a Whatnot stream and picked it up. Pretty much at market value. I didn't get like a great deal on it. It was a guy selling it out of his store, and then but I did get some good deals on these. I did get a pick up Blood Omen 2, like a minty copy for like $16. 2K Sports All Pro Football 2K8, I believe, which is like a weird kind of. I don't want to say it's like a hidden gem, but it's like a uncommon sports game that's kind of going up in value. And then to complete the trilogy, Siphon Filter 3. It's like the only one I was missing. I've had the other two for a while, and just didn't have 3, so I jumped on 3. And other than that, I did pick up these also: Pokemon Puzzle League, um,
Jelly.
and Pilot Wings, classic.
Super jelly about that one.
It's one that everybody should have in their N64 collection.
Apparently, I
But
don't.
Baymax does. But yeah, so any games that you guys are looking to get here pretty soon? Games, systems, consoles, anything like that?
I'm still collecting for Xbox. I've been keeping my eye on a couple Japanese exclusive ones. Um, let me. Was it Nine, which is a what do you call it? The guys who did Persona.
Atlas?
There we
No,
go.
no, I'm not. No, because it wasn't translated. It's a Japanese exclusive. I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
But the creators of Persona, right?
What console?
It will be Atlas.
Xbox. Atlas is a oh god, what do you call it? I want to say a translating company, but they basically bring over um, foreign games and stuff like that and translate them over here. That's what mostly Atlas, as far as my knowledge goes, does. Let me see. Shimigami Tensei.
Oh, okay.
That's
Okay.
that's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
They came out with a
That's
game
Christ.
called Nine. That's a relatively cheap game. There's another one that I want to get, but I don't want to. Let's see. Called Nude.
Nude,
Is
really?
Yes, which stands for Natural Unlimited Ultimate Digital Experiment.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I'll tell my wife too. It's, it's an acronym. You got to understand.
All right. It's
She's like, what?
Yeah, it's basically like a sim game. You talk to this AI with a headset, and you can actually speak Japanese to this character and whatnot, and it would respond to you. Uh, and apparently, it's a really expensive Xbox game. It's like $200 something, but you could find the game a hell of a lot cheaper through other means, through like proxies and stuff like that. So um, I've missed out on a couple collector's edition, which came with its own like mic and stuff like that. It's a big old box for like $80, which is really nice. Considering
Yeah.
the game is like $250
You didn't
just
get
for the
it?
cartridge. No, I didn't have the money at the time. But seeing as it's
Could have told me.
averaging about there, yeah. Since it's averaging about there, that's another game that I would want to get for the Xbox. Currently, there's another one that's like I think it's a PAL exclusive. I bet I can't remember. It's like Damon something. I can't remember what the other part of it is. But that's another one that I'd want to get. But those are some of the games that I'm currently on the eye for.
Nice. For me, personally, I never got into like the Blood Rain. Oh no, is that not Blood Rain? Legacy of Kain series. It's like Soul Reaver and all those. I've seen them all the time. They're like games that you always saw growing up, of course, but I just never played them much. So I was talking with a guy online, and he was saying that they have a really good story to them. So it's one of the reasons I got the Blood Omen too. And then I'm picking up on eBay the Legacy or not Legacy of Kain. That one's still on my list, but Soul Reaver and Soul Reaver 2. So check them out, see if it's something I'm into. Hopefully it's good and I didn't waste my money, but we'll see. I mean, they seem like classic games. They usually get pretty good praise, so I'll probably update you guys in a few weeks after I played them and see how they are.
He's
Uh,
gonna come back to us and go, "It's garbage." No.
guess what we're selling on Whatnot, guys? Super good deal. Happy, happy fun time. Um, how about you, Bay? Anything that you're looking to pick up?
Looking to pick up a copy of Mischief Maker.
Oh, dude, yes.
Hopefully, I wanted CIB, but I could settle for just a cart or a cart
Yeah.
and manual. That's one that I'm looking
Yeah.
to getting. And then I got a couple of games in mind that I want to add in my list. To play is what was it called again? It's for the PS1. And it required the gun con. It was the two Muppet looking people. I don't remember what the hell it was
Bert and
called.
Ernie.
They look like Bert and Ernie. they, not. They look like Bert and Ernie. Give me 1 second. But and then I wanted to add as well Blazing Dragons
Mm.
for the Saturn, and what was it? Jersey Devil. That was another
Oh,
game that I
that's a
wanted
good
to
one.
get
Yeah.
for the PS1.
While you're looking that up, I'll just say, as far as Mischief Makers, I was battling somebody on Whatnot trying to get one, and it was a clean copy. And man, we went to about retail, to about market value, and I was like, okay, I'm out. And I think him and somebody else kind of went like $10 over, but that's kind of like my stopping point. If it hits about what price charting ish prices, that's when I kind of drop out. But because I know I could probably find somebody on eBay or Macari that's going to say, hey, would you take this deal, $5 to $10 below market? And they'll probably say yes. I'll find somebody that wants some cash right now. But yes, Mischief Maker is really. I feel like it was an underrated game for a long time. I feel like some people are starting to catch up
Very.
now, and they're kind of like finding out it's such a great game.
But the game that I was talking about was called Point Blank.
Oh, okay, yeah, I've heard of that one.
So though, like I've always rented out those games through either Blockbuster or Hollywood Video. Um,
Is that the one
and
with the
it
weird character on the front?
yeah,
Weird looking?
they look like Muppets. It
Yeah,
looks. I should It looks like Bert and Ernie. Well, an older versions of Bert and Ernie, and angrier. That's what it looks
angry
like.
Bert and Ernie. Yeah, I'm sure it's funny. A lot of those gun games are really fun. But getting into the meat and potatoes, which is one of my favorite foods of this episode. Can you guys guess what it is? Can you, based on my hat, can you?
Uh,
This one, I
uh,
think.
NES.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about the NES system. If you guys haven't heard about it, we're gonna be talking about controllers. This is one I want to talk about because I've been looking into picking up some kind of odd controllers. I always like to collect kind of obscure stuff for consoles, whether it's games, consoles, controllers, whatever. I just like the weirder the better. And so I was kind of looking at some controllers I want. It got me thinking, like, what is like my favorite controller? What's my least favorite controller? Um, it's not something I really thought about until recently, and so I just wanted to kind of get into that and see your guys' opinions on your favorite, your least favorite, and what's the one controller that you want to add to your collection more than anyone out there. Like, what's your crown jewel controller? Whether it's good or bad, whether it might be obscure and horrible, but you just want to add it. But whatever it might be, we're gonna get into it. And if you guys are watching on YouTube or anywhere else, put in the comments what's your favorite and least favorite controller out there, or your crown jewel controller you want to add. It'd be awesome to get some opinions on this. But Bate, do you want to start giving us we'll go ahead and go around our favorite, then we'll go around our least, and then our most wanted.
Favorite would be
Favorite.
like that I want to have in my collection and would
No, no,
like
no,
to
no.
use.
Your
You know,
favorite that you've ever used.
ever used
Yeah.
would be the Neo Geo controller. It was the Neo Geo controller, I mean, Brandon has one, but
I have two.
no, I'm not talking about the Beam controller. I'm talking about
Oh no.
I'm talking about the original.
The original. He's
Well,
like, I got
technically, this is the original.
Well,
This one's the one that came with the Sega CD.
Oh, that
I'm
one.
assuming that's the one you're talking
Okay.
about.
yep.
the clicky
That's so-
controller.
Yes.
Clicky, very clicky.
Yeah, I loved it since I've used it before, and I've always wanted one for my PC as well. Like, what was it? One of my cousins had the system, so I would always be on that system, and I mean, clicking away no matter what. But I was playing Metal Slug.
Oh, dude, Metal Slug, such a classic. I like the clickiness too, man. I like that controller. Like we were talking about earlier, I have the one for the Neo Geo mini arcade system, which is not clicky, which it was
We
like
could
a
change
big
that.
hit on. It was a big hit. It was like a big miss on an opportunity to make it clicky. But I guess maybe there's some extra cost into that they didn't want to add. I don't know, but it's a very it's a nice controller. It feels nice in the hands. The clickiness, I think. I feel like it's good. It's not in newer controllers with so much online gameplay. Can you imagine in chat just hearing nothing but clicking?
It's like playing a Smash Brothers tournament.
Yeah. But yeah, right on. It's a good controller. Do you have one, or is it just the favorite that you've used?
That's my favorite that I've used. I've never
Okay.
owned one. Um, the closest to it would be the Neo Geo Pocket.
Yeah,
Literally.
yeah. It has that same clickiness to it. Me and Brandon were talking about that earlier. But yeah, it's a good one. How about you, Brandon? What would be your favorite controller ever used?
Oh man. I'm kind of torn because I have controllers that I use for my systems and stuff like that, whether it be my PC or game console and stuff like that. Um, but the one that I absolutely enjoyed that I couldn't get enough of is probably my Steel Battalion controller.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
my
Oh,
lord,
my
that
lord.
thing is that thing is
I remember dragging
amazing.
that home.
Um, there's two variants of it. They have one with the blue buttons, and then they have one with the green buttons. The one with the green buttons was the first release that came out when Steel Battalion 1 came out. And then when the second one came out, they re-released the first game with the second version of the controller with the blue buttons. And it's the one game you can play with it is that game. And that game, it requires you to have that controller in order for you to play that game. You can't use a normal controller, and it won't work. But there's like 50 different buttons on that thing. There's like 5 or 6 different switches, all of which are used in the game, which
Wow.
blows my mind for for something of the Xbox generation. But I'd say that one is my favorite to use and have. I do have it in the closet over back here.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a picture up on YouTube on that one as well. That way, people can kind of see what we're talking about and take a look at it. Um, but yeah, it's a chunky controller, man. It looks
Oh
like
yeah, it's
something that you'd fly like a helicopter with. It's wild.
yeah, it's the game is a mech. It's a mech game, and yeah, man, that thing makes you feel like you're controlling a mech and everything, man. It's awesome.
That's wild. And you can only play it with just Steel Battalion.
As far as I know, yes, and I do know that Steel Battalion requires that controller.
Jeez. Yeah, and I think price wise, that one's pretty up there, isn't it?
Hmm.
Yeah, I think it's like anywhere between like 250 at the low end, up towards like
Oh,
300 and
jeez.
up.
Yeah. I think in this case, there's some controllers out there that are like very, very expensive that are just look like an average controller, but they're just rare. In this case, yeah, like that one, like the what's it?
You got the Panasonic Q
Panasonic.
controller, which is this one here, and then you got the Hori digital controller.
Yeah.
And
So
like this one here is about $200, so it's expensive controllers.
yeah, and I mean, and they look pretty basic. They're cool looking controllers, but I mean, compared to the Steel Battalion one here, this one at least it looks like you're getting your money's worth. You probably need like a desk just to set this on, though. I would imagine to play it.
Yes.
you can technically set it on your lap and play and whatnot. It
Yeah, Brandon.
I don't know if I ever get to streaming and stuff, I might stream that game and have it set up on
That'd be
my desk
awesome.
right here.
You should have like a behind the shoulder cam to see
Over the shoulder
joysticks
cameras
around.
right there.
Yeah, That'd be awesome. My favorite controller, it's kind of like a basic, I guess, answer to the question, but it's just the one that just feels real comfortable for me, which is probably the most important thing, is the PS4 controller. Um, I've always been a fan of the PlayStation ones. I just felt like they've been really comfortable. Uh, PS1 when they came out with the analog sticks, very cool. PS2, PS3, and then PS4. The one knock I'll say on the PS4 is like the touch sensor on it. I've almost felt like it was pointless. I didn't get any kind of personally. I didn't get any use out of it. I don't know if you guys did.
Not terribly. It works great when you're hooking it up to like an emulator station. I hook it up to my Mister, and it acts as a mouse pad, so
Mm.
you can move it around and click and whatnot,
Oh, there
which
you go.
is,
Yeah,
which is pretty
yeah.
neat. Have you ever tried the PlayStation 5 controller?
Not yet. No, I
Oh man,
haven't. They've been
I
escaping me.
it
love
is.
that controller
Oh
as
my
well.
god, they have this adaptive trigger,
Uh,
and like every time you fire a gun or whatever game that's programmed for it, if you're firing a gun and it's got like a auto fire to it, the controller will sit there and jerk with the fire,
oh, really?
which is really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
But otherwise, yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty much the same as a as a PS4 controller.
Yeah, I figured there's just like little changes every generation you see with PlayStation or Sony when they go up. But I like the fact that they've kept them pretty similar. And like for me, it just feels comfortable. Honestly, it was going to be almost like a 50-50 tie between that one and the like Xbox One controller, just because I feel those are very comfortable too. I mean, coming from like the Duke to now, it's just been so much. I like the Duke on the nostalgia factor, but gameplay wise, having it comfortably sit in your hand, not so much. I feel like I don't know, like I got itty bitty hands holding the Duke. But
It's
yeah,
like,
for me,
it's like shaking hands with a cat.
yeah, it's I guess it's just about the being familiar with it, and then just the fact it has Bluetooth. You can use it with a lot of different stuff, and then it just feels comfortable. That's a big thing for me. Um, yeah, so PS4. Hopefully, when I get a PS5, I like that one as much.
I
All
think
right,
it
so
will.
yeah, I just need to track down a PS5. I
A non-existent console.
yeah, whenever they pop up and stay in stores. Um, Going into our least favorite, this one was tough for me. I think this is the one I had to think the most about. Um, Going to start with Baymax again and get your least favorite controller of all time, and then we'll go and circle around again.
The stupid real controller for the freaking fishing game. Screw that controller, and it could be thrown down and lit on fire in a dumpster. I hated it so much.
Which one? What console was that for?
PS1 and
PS.
N64,
Oh, okay.
and then there's one for freaking Dreamcast.
Was it was it OEM or was it like like Interact or was it what was
Um,
the
I don't
third
remember
party
the
brands?
brand. I think, well, I mean,
Badges.
it came.
I
Oh
I
God,
think it's ASIC who did that one. Who did
ASIC.
those controls? Yeah.
it came.
Okay.
It came with the game.
Hmm.
That's all I remember. And I remember my father buying this, and I'm playing it, and I'm like, this thing is not working for me. Like I had to switch to a controller.
Yeah, that's wild. And I like fishing games to a point. I know a lot of people. There's a lot of people out there that don't. I always found some of them, to be kind of fun, but I've never ever played them with the fishing pole controller.
they
Were those expensive back in the day, or were they about the price of a regular controller?
were priced as a regular controller, if I remember right,
Yeah,
because it's been a hot moment.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. My
I think they
parents
were.
just never bought me that. They would buy me games, but they're like, you don't need any of this extra shit. I was
Like
like, they would never buy me accessories. It was just like, you want a game or not?
you don't need a memory card.
Yeah.
Requires a memory card to save.
You don't need a memory card. You have your brain. Remember it. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Did you use that one, Chips? Did you, any of the fishing pole controllers?
No, I haven't actually used any of the fishing controllers. I don't particularly like, as far as my dislike controllers, it's the third party controllers. Some of them were okay, others not so much. I'd say as far as official controllers,
Hmm.
I think I'd have to say the Duke would be
Oh,
my least favorite. But that's probably only because the last time I used it was back when I was like 10 years old. So I got my tiny little hands on this huge controller.
yeah,
So it wasn't really a
Like,
great
I
time.
can't reach. You're like, I
yeah,
can't reach the back buttons.
yeah. A Duke,
um,
man. I thought about putting that in my least favorite. It's just for me. I like it for the nostalgia. I think it looked cool, functionality, comfort wise. Yeah, just it wasn't there for me.
yeah, it's massive, man. I have one just to
Yeah.
have it, and then, like I now I can I have bigger hands, so I can now actually play on it. Um, but yeah, I
that
would
that
think that would probably be my least favorite controller.
yeah, carpal tunnel playing with that controller. It'd be like the guy from freaking what was it? Scary Movie. Take my hand, take my good hand.
It's my
Dude, you
strong
can use that
hand.
theme for self-defense, dude. Somebody breaks in your
God,
house, you
right?
can start winding up like that chick from Kill Bill. The ball and chain. Is that a Duke?
Right.
Imagine getting hit by that.
Oh,
It's
dude.
like wha wha wha. You're you're gonna have a concussion.
Dude, yeah. I think I'd rather take a baseball to the than the Duke control. You know they remade it right a couple years back. They
Hmm.
did I think one for the Xbox One and I think the original Xbox. They did like two versions, I believe,
It
where
Well,
they
was
light up in the middle,
they
which
have
is really
one.
cool.
Yeah, it has a video that plays, which is the original boot logo.
Hmm.
And then they did an anniversary controller for Halo, which had some
Hmm.
Halo, like the original Halo, playing in the. I thought it was one Halo
they
one.
technically did three. No, so they did
Oh,
the original Duke controller. That was released with the with an Xbox One, or well, you could buy separately. And then there was the two Halo ones. So there was the green one,
Yeah.
the green 20th anniversary for Xbox and Halo, and then there was the Cortana. That was the purple one.
The for Windows
That
Cortana.
not Cortina, not for Windows Cortina.
Oh, okay.
Um, Well, no, but for Cortana and from Halo. So, and that one was a Microsoft exclusive that you can only get through
their store.
the site, if I remember right. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
now, if I remember correctly, those particular controllers actually had to be wired. Like you can unplug them stuff from the
Yep.
controller, but they had to be wired. They weren't wireless controllers, which kind
Yeah.
of sucks.
They missed a big opportunity. That they could have had them wireless, but the funny part is they weren't made by Microsoft. They were made by a third party company.
You know, I feel like those when they made them, maybe it's just me because this is what I would do with it, but I feel like it was more like for collecting purposes than
Right. Oh
actually
yeah.
busting it out and playing with it. I feel like it's cool. I got the this updated Duke controller, but it's going on the shelf.
Oh, I should have. Okay. So
You should have won.
I kind of want to show off since we're talking about controllers and stuff. Give me a minute.
Okay, we'll go ahead and swing around to our most wanted controller. What we want. This was a tough one for me. I'll get into it in a bit here, but um, we'll go ahead and go into like what our most wanted controllers right now that we don't own that we want to add to the collection.
I remember
You can start
having,
off.
since these were display controllers, I wanted to show these ones off. So these ones were made when Halo 3 came out. You had the Covenant controller, and then you had the Spartan
Oh,
one.
okay.
Um, and they're made by a comic book artist named Todd McFarlane.
Oh,
And
nice.
this one was signed by him.
Oh, wow.
So this one's one of my more prized displayed pieces.
Did you get it signed like at a convention, or did it come that way, or?
Actually, no.
No, listen to this story.
A friend of mine actually had a brother who worked for GameStop at the time, and I guess he was making rounds and stuff like that, and he signed controllers for him. And his brother, my friend's brother, gave it to him. And over the years, he noticed how much I liked Halo and started playing it and stuff like that. After a while, he's like, "Look, I got a bunch of stuff. Do you want it? I'm gonna get rid of this controller." I was like, "Yes, please."
Yeah.
So-
Damn.
that was
I'd
that
take
was
it.
me when I grabbed that controller. I was like, "Mine."
Just gone with the wind.
Right.
As the saying goes, gone like a fart in the wind.
I know.
All right, so we're gonna go into our controller we want to add. This could be like a grail. It could be something you just want to add to the collection. It could be rare. It could be obscure, or common. Just what's the one controller you definitely want to add above all others? Baymax. We'll start with you.
Dang.
No pressure.
The controller that I want to like add to my collection that I want would be the Project Diva controller for Hatsume Miku. I want that controller. It is $350, and I don't see myself dropping $350. I can see myself dropping 100, but
Yeah.
not 350.
Project
That'd
Diva
be-
controller. I've never heard of that one before.
It's
For the
okay. So it's a
PS3.
rhythm game. So
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I have that as my wallpaper, so I should know what it is. But I haven't seen the controller.
it
No, that does
basically,
look cool. Looks like a
yeah,
DDR controller.
Mhm.
for the hands.
It's DDR for the hands.
Just hands.
I feel like that was like a marketing. That was like a marketing plan that went wrong. And took in like a plans to like a big wig at a company. It's like DDR, but for your hands. They're like, get the fuck out.
I remember showing Brandon Project Diva when
Mhm.
we were in high school. We were modding the PSP, and I was like, you know what? This is a game that I've been wanting for the longest time. And I showed him, and Brandon fell in love with it. And then
Oh,
when
yeah.
I saw the PS3 controller, I threw my body on the floor, and I was like, I need this.
If you on Amazon, you could pick it up for a cool $3.98. So just throwing that out.
I'm good.
It is a cool looking controller, though.
It's made by Hori, if I remember
It
correctly.
is. Yep.
Holy-
Hori is the only people that make this freaking controller.
Make good
And
stuff.
it's so expensive. Mind you, it's just 4 or 5 buttons and then a slider that's on there, a touch slider for the game.
Just think, Baymax. If you sold a certain game that's in your collection, you could buy that.
There you go.
If you mentioned Tronbon, oh hell no. Which one? Oh, Star Fox.
Yep.
I'm like, if you mentioned Tron, I'm like, what
You could
game
you
do
could
I
buy a
have?
couple of those.
Right?
You can make a suit of them.
I can make a mech suit.
Mech
God.
suit
Let's
of,
go.
there you go. But yeah, definitely a cool looking control. That's the first time I've ever seen that, but that looks awesome. I can see why you'd have that as like your grail. That is awesome. I would definitely. I wouldn't put that much money on it. Probably not
Oh,
even
God, no.
half. But I think I would spend like $150 on that if I could find it like in a deal. But
Now, if I find that controller, if they have like a broken bin in Game On Expo, and I see that controller in there, hands down, I'm taking that controller home, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
have Brandon help me rewire the bitch.
Of
we
course.
should have. When we were at Classic Game Fest talking about Broken Bin. We should have picked up all the damn Neo Geo carts they had over there that were broken. I think they were selling them for what, like $10-$20, something
I
like
bought
that.
one of them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we should have bought them all. Like,
I should have bought the Sega CD Model 1s that they had. There was like 3 of them in there. I only grabbed the one because it had the faceplate on it. And I was like, God, this is all the thing I need. I got home, tested it out. repaired it, replaced some caps on there, did some trace repairs. Totally works, no problems. And I was like, great. I now have another one that needs another faceplate. So
My one purchase or non-purchase regret I have is not picking up a Pocket Station they had there. I think they're like $15. Should have just picked one up. I picked up that Mew Mew Pocket 2 for PS1 recently, and there you go.
Oh, look,
I
a
should have.
Pocket Station right there.
I should have just
The
picked it up.
PlayStation's VMU.
There you go.
That's too far up there.
All right. Chips, what would be your most wanted controller?
Oh man, I always love collecting odd and strange peripherals. So I mean, like I've seen like different keyboards for all types of different systems. They got one for like GameCube. They have one for the original Famicom.
Mm-hmm.
There's, oh man, I would say my most wanted controller would probably be the GameCube's Resident Evil controller, the little chainsaw.
Yeah.
I think I'd love to get one. Hold on, one of those.
We were eyeing one at a Classic Game Fest last year, man.
I actually thought, like, so I was dressed up as Chris Redfield from Resident Evil 1, and someone else was dressed up as him from one of the later games. And we were both eyeing this. He's like, oh man, if I don't get this, I'm going to hate it, and stuff like this. And I heard that conversation. I was like, look, you don't buy that, I'm going to buy it. And he's like, and he took off with it. Like, damn it. It was
Chris
like
Redfield's looking at a PlayStation Resident Evil controller or GameCube, was it? Yeah. Jeez. That's a very cool controller. I think that one, honestly, I didn't even hear about it or see it until maybe about, God, what was it? Maybe 5 years ago? It wasn't too long ago. And I saw it and I'm like, oh my God, there's this controller. It looks like a freaking chainsaw. Of course, it's Resident Evil. And yeah, it's an awesome one. That's one. It's up there for me as well. Pricing is too. It's just it comes down to some of those the price, and you got to get it at a good price. And they're getting up there.
Why it's one of those holy grail ones. It's just like, oh, I'd love to get one of those.
Yeah. Speaking of the Resident Evil controllers, we were talking about one earlier, right before we started. There was a PlayStation 1 controller for Resident Evil, which that one too, I guess it was a Japan exclusive, but it was interesting. Like one of the sides of the controller looked like a gun, and it was just like an oddly shaped one. And it's I'll put a picture too on the YouTube for it, but yeah, it's one of those that I'm probably gonna get. It's on eBay right now for like, I think they're like $55-$65, so they're not like incredibly expensive, but they're very cool looking. I'm definitely gonna pick one up, and supposedly they're designed to be like optimized for Resident Evil. So I'm gonna pick it up and see. I don't know, maybe make a YouTube video for it or something. But yeah, I just want to throw that out there. That's another one I'm gonna add to the list.
I got another controller to add to the list.
What was that one?
The Channel F controller.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's connected to the console, but
yeah, you're gonna grab the controller and pull the whole thing. Yeah, that one looks. I mean, not just the controller, but the Channel F. It's one of those ones I want to add to. It's such a cool piece. If you can find them working, you're getting old. Actually,
yeah,
I'll show you guys in a little bit. But there's one I found on Macari where they're selling a working one and then a broken one, or it might be untested. And I think it's a decent price they want for it. I think it was around like 200 something or 300 something. But for two of them, and if you can get the other one working, then it's a very good deal.
Let's go half Sable.
But I'll show you guys. You can jump on.
Come on, Abel, let's go half.
We'll make a decision before we publish this episode. Before anybody else jumps in. But yeah, definitely cool. Channel F. Mine, it's almost like my favorite controller. It's kind of like a simple answer. It's just one that I want mainly for nostalgia. Can you guys guess what it is?
The NES controller?
No. I have like 10 of those. But you're close. I'll say that.
Super Nintendo.
You're the right track. Nope.
Genesis.
Bay was close with the NES.
Oh,
Is it the
Super
NES
NES.
Advantage?
No, that's a cool
Oh.
one though.
Uh,
One more guess. Come on. Think NES.
Famicom.
No, I said think NES.
Famicom is NES. Uh, crap.
That's NES for your hands. The Power Glove for the original.
Oh
Nintendo.
yeah.
So I want one, but I want a nice, crisp, minty one, preferably in box, because there's some out there that look like they've been used for other stuff
I've
besides
seen,
gaming.
I've seen war.
Yeah, they've been used to apply war bandages like this. But yeah, it's one of those things that I grew up seeing on TV. Like the early '90s, probably late '80s. Kind of leaking out my age a little bit there. Um, and it's just they always look super cool. I've never used one personally. I've never had one. I've heard the functionality is a bit janky with a lot of the games, but um, I definitely want to add one. Maybe if we could find one in Game On Expo, they have one. I'll get it. As Bay shows me the NES Advantage, that's one too. And those aren't too pricey. I want to add one of those. The problem with the NES Advantage is you can usually get them at a good price, but then you pay about the same amount for shipping. So I want to find one locally
I got
somewhere.
this for
I don't have to.
free.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were okay. So we went to a swap.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I called off of work for that one. Um, I blame Brandon for that one. Um, yeah, they had a free bin, and Brandon was like, "I'm gonna go look
Oh,
at
wow.
it." He pulls this out, and I was like, "I want." No, no, no. If answer, I was like, "I want," but he ended up getting a GameCube controller and some other stuff.
Mhm.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it
So
was
it was
the for the
functional.
Switch.
It worked fine.
What was that?
It was like fully functional in a free bin.
I haven't tested it.
Oh, okay. Oh, so this is recently, or
No,
This was
that was
over
during summertime.
during the summertime of last year.
oh, and you still
Yeah,
haven't tested it.
I just got an NES
I will
freaking
give you
top loader.
$5 for it right now, untested. Willing to work up to 850. Yeah, there's been a lot of opportunities to get those pretty cheap. It's just always the shipping. So
Yeah,
I
it's
find
like
it for like maybe
hefty.
$15, and then they're like, okay, and 15 shipping, and I'm like, maybe I'll just find one locally.
Do you want me to look for one and let you know? I
Well,
mean,
I think we have them here in town too. I just need to go look.
there's always Game On as well.
Mhm.
Game On, yeah, for sure. I think there's going to be a lot of stuff there to
Yeah,
buy.
Brandon, you should go.
I should.
Come
Should.
on, it'll be adventure. Adventure awaits.
I don't know if I'm more okay. And then so Power Glove, they'll end that segment because I want to jump into one other one, which is Game On Expo. Um, I don't know if I'm more excited to check out like the game shops in Phoenix. I mean, I used to live in Phoenix, but I'm sure there's a whole bunch of new ones out there since I live there. Um, but I don't know if I'm more excited to check those out or just check out all the cool restaurants that are going to be out there that we haven't, that we don't have here in Texas. So, like, I want to try sushi places. I don't know what even Phoenix is known for, to be honest, when it comes to
They're
food. Texas,
tortillas.
we got a lot of good Mexican food and barbecue in Texas. Uh, in Colorado, you guys got Rocky Mountain oysters, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know, but Abel, you gotta come visit.
Mhm.
We gotta take them to Zenzetti's.
Oh, there we go.
We got
I've
that.
heard a
We
lot of
gotta.
Zenzettis.
Oh my god, their cannolis, their crepes, their pasta,
You got to say like this: the cannolis, hey.
the cannolis, the
Hmm.
fucking cannolis. But oh
Uh,
my god, so fucking delicious.
yeah, definitely. I think I'll be planning a trip, maybe out there sometime soon.
Yeah,
Uh,
we could take you up to Denver and video game shop.
Yeah.
yeah, I haven't been to Denver, but I used to go to the Springs because I had family that lived there. So
Hey, that's where
it's
me and
been
Brandon are at.
years. It's been years. Um, but yeah, so we'll be going to Game On Expo. What is it? August 5th through 7th,
Uh,
8th.
hold on. Stop throwing numbers at me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So the fifth, sixth, and the seventh is the convention days. So if we want to play smart, we leave super early. Get there to Phoenix. We'll sleep in the car for the moment, and
Maybe I
then
said like
from
5 in the morning. And I was like, come again?
I have a license,
Huh?
Abel. I have a license. I can help
Bullshit.
drive.
You were not old enough, sir. I don't believe that. No, I'm just joking.
Careful. The last time I drove with him, he got pulled over.
Oof.
Oh, yeah. Trying to wake up Brandon. Brandon.
There's a cop.
Yeah,
That's what I told him.
there's two police officers, one on my side, one on his side,
Oh,
stuff like that. And
jeez.
he's Brandon, wake the fuck up! I'm like, huh, what? There's a police officer shining his light, stuff like that. Gotta get your ID. I was like,
Damn. Baymax said, "Don't mind him. He's just high."
Oh, dude, if Brandon would have said what he wanted to say, I swear I would have been in the back of the squad car. Because A, they would have been checking my vehicle for drug paraphernalia, apparently. And B, I would be strangling Brandon.
just find nothing but jelly beans.
I'm happy I got rid of that car. Screw you and your jelly beans. Brandon dropped a bunch of jelly beans, and then even after the trip, I was finding jelly beans.
Oh, geez.
And I don't eat jelly beans.
Jelly beans are underrated. I will say that.
Good.
They're
You feel
so
like,
good.
I never buy jelly beans, but when I eat jelly beans, I'm like, man, I should buy these, and then I just go back to not buying.
Exactly. But with Brandon and jelly beans, he's not allowed.
So good.
Yeah, no jelly beans. But yeah, I mean, lots of food places, sushi places I want to check out. I guess whatever else we find there. I'm always down to try pizza. I'm a big pizza junkie, so anywhere I can find good, like mom and pop shop pizza places, I think are the ones that
Oh,
don't want to go to like Pizza Hut out there. You know what I mean?
let's
But
got a Pizza Hut, guys.
a Pizza Hut pizza. Maybe they have a dine-in one. Those are hard to find,
Hopefully.
but we'll see. I think we have like one dine-in Pizza Hut here in town left. Maybe not. I don't know. It's been a while.
I know we have a dine-in Pizza Hut that's up the block from my house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
You
hard.
could sit-
We had a whole bunch here. Now they're gone. They're either closed down or they're just strictly delivery pickup.
And there's certain areas here in the Springs that you could actually dine in at a Domino's.
Oh, really? Damn,
Mhm.
that's weird. You know what's weird? Like I know it's getting super off topic, but I miss old Domino's. You know they like revamped it and they did this whole like "Sorry, we suck, but we're gonna change" campaign. Like I liked old Domino's. Like I thought it was good. Like
So if you're trying to get old Domino's, is the best time to get old Domino's now. They even brought back the old pizza box for old Domino's because of Stranger Things.
where?
On Domino's.
Oh, at Domino's. Oh, okay. I go to Domino's too much. They know me there.
They be lying to you.
They're probably some of the ones that watch this podcast. But no, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I just want to check out the food places. Hopefully, we find some cool game stores. I know the expo is going to have a lot of games for sale. Obviously, they're going to have lots of vendors.
Abel's like, forget the expo. Let's go have some food.
Dude, there's Brothers Pizza in Avondale. Is a phenomenal pizza place. I always go every time I swing by Arizona. When I was coming back from California a couple years back, stopped in Arizona for a day. Went to an old arcade out there. Used to be in the Arizona Mills Mall. It was used to be called. I was about to call it Game On Expo. It was called GameWorks Arcade. It was like this huge two-story arcade. Now they changed it. It's called Tilt, and it's kind of like the pinballs that we went to, but it's a little bigger. So it's got some decent games. It's not as cool as it used to be, but it's in the mall. They got food there too. So, but I can't wait, man. It's gonna be fun.
Oh, I can't wait either. I gotta chloroform Brandon. Bring him with. Does this
Dart,
smell like chloroform to you?
dart to the neck.
Dart to the neck. But,
You know what you do is you invest in that Resident Evil chainsaw controller, and then just put it on a stick on a string. And we'll
Shit, if
lure
you want to
them.
pay that for me, man, I'll go wherever you want me to go.
come on, Brandon. It'll be fun, they said. At least this time you won't have a cricked neck.
Yeah, I hope
No, I'm not buying you that controller.
3D print one and
If I hit the lotto, I'll buy everyone the freaking controller.
he's all,
But
that's it. That's all you're getting. But yeah, so Game On Expo, August. Be there. Me and Baymax might be doing something a little big there. We're in some talks. We're in some talks with some with a vendor there, and so we might be doing something there. It's not 100% confirmed yet; it's still kind of in the works, but we might be doing a little bit of streaming there. We're going to be streaming regardless, anyway, right? I think Baymax, you're going to do Twitch, right?
yeah, I mean, guaranteed. We're gonna do a Twitch, and then we'll figure out how to stream it from the camera to the phone. I gotta pick on Brandon's brain a little bit about this idea. I need your help, Brandon. Sorry.
Well then,
I don't even know where that's going, but
I don't even know where it's going either. As long as it's not a bathroom visit, I'm good.
Hey, want to take a trip to the bathroom?
No.
But yeah,
Get
if you guys are in the area, you want to hang out, we'll be in Arizona around that time. If you want to hang out at the expo, get some food, go game hunt with us, whatever. We're going to be making some YouTube stuff and streaming on Twitch, and so it should be fun. But yeah, with that, I'll go ahead and say check out the Patreon too. Going to be adding a lot of stuff. When we do video, we add video exclusively for Patreon. There's a video there from Classic Game Fest that you can only find on there. Patreon.com/Modern Gaming Weekly. Appreciate the support on there. And Baymax, where can people find you on the internets?
You could find me on
Don't say
Instagram. You can find me on Instagram as brownbaymax.tv
OnlyFans.
or just brownbaymax. And then you can find me on Twitter as brownbaymax_TV.
Important part there, _TV.
You will see this goofy person wearing these big shades, welding goggles. Can't miss it. Where else? Oh, and you can find me on Twitch as well as Brown Baymax.
Perfect. And Chips, where can people find you online?
Chips Gaming 98, either on Instagram or Twitch.tv.
Or at Game On Expo in August.
I may and or may not be coherent on that one.
And then, of course, of mine, you can find me at the Able Geek on Twitch. Not really Twitch much anymore. I don't stream as much as I used to, but Able Geek on Twitter, Instagram. Also, make sure to follow the podcast, Modern Gaming Weekly, on Instagram and Twitter as well. And YouTube. Yeah. Oh, yeah. YouTube. Go subscribe on YouTube. Whether you watch this on, YouTube, go check it out on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. If you watch on any of those sources, go check it out on the YouTube. Leave a comment, especially on this one, like I mentioned. What's your favorite controller? Your least favorite controller? Like to get the feedback on there. And what would you like to see from the show as far as future episodes? If you want to be a special guest on the show, there, and you're, a gaming personality or content creator, whatever you may be, reach out to us. We'd like to have you on. And yeah, I think that's going to do it. Any final words?
Body rolls.
Body rolls? I dig it.
And other than, we'll see you guys soon.
We'll see you guys next week. Take care. Be safe. Later.
Bye-bye.